Sir, may I please come in?
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You're Mr. Shakti Avasthy.
Yes, sir.
Shakti, I can see that you are basically from Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow.
Yes, sir.
I can also see that qualification-wise, you did your BE in Civil Engineering. That is from BIT Mesra, Ranchi.
Yes, sir.
It was in year 2014, right?
Yes, sir.
I can also see that currently you are Indian Revenue Services officer.
Yes, sir.
You're still a professional?
Yes, sir.
Where are you posted right now? You're still undergoing on training?
I'm currently undergoing training in Nagpur.
In Nagpur. Okay. So, you're not happy with the Indian Revenue Services?
Sir, I'm happy with the Indian Revenue Services.
Okay. So, why are you putting that extra effort rather than learning tricks of the trade in your center? You're spending time and energy in another examination and then appearing for another attempt for civil services.
So when I started preparing for civil services, the aim was to become an Indian Administrative Service Officer. So I believe that IAS would give me the opportunity to work at the grassroots level, which was my primary aim, why I wanted to join the civil services. And due to this, I am willing to pursue this interview exercise.
Shakti, I understand that it must be some kind of a strategic decision that why you took political science in IR. So rather than getting into that well-learned answer that why political science, tell me what's wrong with the BIT Mesra Ranchi that it's alumnus, the pass outs from civil engineering graduate are not confident enough about their own discipline that forces them to humanities and social sciences when it comes to civil services. I mean, you usually won't find good medical science, for example, AIMS pass out getting into sociology. They will appear with the medical science, but that is not the case with candidates like you. What's the problem?
Sir, taking a humanities subject, especially political science, is more of a decision which is based on prudence because a lot of commonalities exist between the syllabus of political science, IR, and the entire GS 1 to 4 syllabus, essays, and also the other issues like interviews. Regarding why medical science students are taking that optional more as compared to other engineers, so that's perhaps because of the way medical science is taught in their colleges. For example, they have a pass out test which they at the end of 5.5 years, which they compulsorily have to pass out, due to which we have seen that generally the medical science profession involves a much more rigorous approach, which is less in engineering, where we have to pass every semester. So also the practical application of what we study in colleges and in job, they differ a lot. So due to this, like when I did the job, I lost touch of what I used to learn in the colleges. So then when I pursued the civil services preparation, I felt that it's more prudent to take a humanities subject which has a lot more linkages with the civil services syllabus.
You're currently IRS income tax officer, still learning the trade, but still tell me, obviously the major function of taxation is to get revenues. But taxation is also a social tool. It's a tool of social change. A state sometimes do use taxation as a social tool. Can you give me a few examples where taxation is used as a social tool rather than just a economic instrument?
Sir, the very idea of taxation has a social element,
that is fine.
Which is
inequality. You collect money, you spend somewhere else. That is different. I'm talking about taxation in itself. Certain sections are given certain advantages. Certain sections are taxed heavily, and things like that.
So, like the exemptions which are given to trust, religious bodies, political parties, these are also serving some of the social issues. The exemptions given to Prime Minister Relief Fund. And all the other related, like expenditure in science, is often exempted from the income tax. So this also helps in a lot of social issues. Also agricultural income, which is exempt. So these are some of the social issues which taxation also serves.
Since you studied political science and IR, can you tell me what exactly is the justification of allowing political parties to get away without actually disclosing where they're getting money from. As an tax official also, don't you think it is a forgery to the democracy?
Sir, yes, sir. Ideally, the expenditure of political parties, even below 2,000 rupees, needs to be told. But in a practical country like India, where there are donations even to the extent of 100-200 rupees, it sometimes creates practical difficulties. But yes, sir. Ideally, every political party which is a part of civil society should actually disclose their income to as much extent as possible.
And what is the justification of keeping political parties out of RTI?
Sir, political parties say that if they will implement RTI, there would be a lot of RTIs filed for intruding into their internal activities. Secondly, they say that since they are not part of the state and are not getting direct funding from the state, they should be exempted from RTI. Thirdly, they say that frivolous RTIs would be filed and internal functioning of the political parties would be exposed if they would be part of RTI. So these are some of the arguments which are put forward by the political parties.
What is your opinion on it?
Sir, I believe that political parties should be under RTI to quite an extent. Yes, some of the internal functioning, if they are asked, they can of course not explain them. But in general, in principle, political parties should be under RTI.
And a related but still a different issue. Recently, the government kind of threatened using of Official Secrets Act against press. What is your opinion on that? Do you believe it's good for the health of democracy?
Sir, Official Secrets Act should be used to a minimal extent, and in this particular case, there was no need to talk about it. It was not invoked, honestly. It was only a comment which was made in the Supreme Court. So it should be used to a very limited extent. Even the case where the document was leaked, later Attorney General clarified that document was not leaked. It was only a photocopy which was leaked. So before making such comments in the Supreme Court, even the lawyers from the government should be more careful in their approach.
Thank you.